guys, King of Trials here to be a judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you my top 5 teams for the Element Cup. So, to make this really simple, I am not going to use Salandit. Yes, there are ways you can obtain Salandit, either by getting traded by a low-level account, or actually buying Pokemon on eBay. Yes, you can buy Salandits that are under 500 CP on eBay. And I'm not a person that has it, but the last time a cup like this came out, for example, when the little cup came out the first time, people were actually using things like Pawniard and Vullaby. So, it's not going to put it past me that you will find someone that's actually going to use a Salandit in this cup. With that being said, I am not going to put a Salandit in any of my top teams. That's too much work, okay? If y'all have someone you're willing to put out work, by all means, it's all you. But I am not going to put in that much effort for Salandit. So, none of these teams I feature will actually feature Salandit in them. You can still make a really solid team by using a non-Salandit team, and a lot of teams that actually do well against Salandit are actually still really freaking good. And I want you to spend an arm and a leg in all your Stardust, and all your time in a lot of sleazy ways so that you can get Salandit. But hey, if you do it, all you, if you have it, it's really powerful in this cup. So, before I get started, this is going to be my therapist mental health tip for the day. My mental health tip of the day is going to be, make sure y'all be grateful. Today I will have dinner with my mom for Mother's Day, and I'm really excited to see her because it's Mama. Mama Charmander, that's what she calls it. That's what like Twitch chat calls my mom. So Mama Charmander, I'm gonna see her, and can't wait to go have dinner with her, which is like later tonight. But yes, be grateful for your friends, be grateful for your family as well. Even if you have one, it's better than none. That's the motto I use. One is better than none, and relationships do help you a lot. Not romantic ones, we can talk about romantic ones later, but you don't really need romantic relationships to vibe. You just need those 1 or 2 friends, because human beings are very we need other human beings, basically. We're very interactive creatures. Even if we could be super introverted, you 9 times out of 10 will have that 1 or 2 people that you interact with on a daily basis that you can call friends. Other friends help you a lot. It helps you with anxiety, depression, loneliness, especially loneliness. If you don't have anybody in your life, it's very easily to go into a depressive state and dive into a very deep clinical depression. Yes. But again, be grateful, your friends and family. An example that Tony Robbins liked to use was a very powerful influencer, a very super positive influencer, and he's one of the greatest minds in literally a positive influence. He's not a medical doctor, but he's definitely one of the greatest life coaches of all time. Tony Robbins says he usually wakes up and thinks of 4 things he's grateful for. As you think of stuff that's good for you, your problems start getting a lot less after you be grateful. I have water, I have a roof underneath my head, I have food to eat, I can go take my mom out for dinner. Have an audience like you, and I'm very grateful for all of you. So, again, don't forget to be grateful, be mindful of what you have, and remember to crush every single day like it's your last, because you never know, right? Without further ado, these are my top 5 teams for the Element Cup, and let's get started. Alright, my first team is Cottonee, Lead, Ducklett, and Wooper. Wooper will be your safe switch for this. Wooper is the general safe switch for the Element Cup just because Body Slam and Mud Bomb is just so powerful. Outside of encountering a Grass type or a Razor Leafer, Wooper does really solid against a lot of picks. Just because its ability to charge energy and absolutely just break shields, etc. Absolutely solid against the overall meta. I am not going to go super deep into any of these teams. When it comes to Little Cup, it's damage, and if you sack or create some kind of crazy win condition, yeah, it's the Little Cup, okay? In this cup, it's the Element Cup. Very solid team across the board. As you see, Ducklett is probably your worst nightmare because it either beats or it doesn't solidly beat everything in your team. As you see here, does really solid against the overall meta. A for coverage, decent amount of bulk with Ducklett and Wooper. With your again, I already covered the Ducklett thing. You can still beat Ducklett. If you see Ducklett in the lead, you could 2-shield your way through Ducklett. If Ducklett doesn't carry like Aerial Ace or Brave Bird, you can actually take a few things with Cottonee. Cottonee you could 2-shield your way through Ducklett, or you can send your own Ducklett to mirror, or you can use Wooper as your safe switch. As you see here for this one, I didn't really put the graphics up because it takes a lot of time and there's no reason to really do that, especially for like Little Cup. When I do my shoutcast, I'll usually put the movesets in there. Plus, the movesets are actually shown here. If there's any differences or variations, I will put that on there. However, if you would like that graphic, please let me know in the comments. It just takes a lot of time to put that all together. And as I mentioned, on shoutcast, I'm putting them together anyways. So, really solid team. ABB is the theme for this one, and Ducklett, Wooper make a solid backup for Cottonee. Cottonee 2 shield is still insanely powerful, outside of course seeing the very rare Salandit. Some of you may see it. If you do see it, say switch immediately, and that covers Cottonee's weakness because you have double water in the back. Next up, we have Ducklett, Chikorita, and Vulpix. This is actually one of the top teams from before. Well, actually, it's like literally the top 3 meta Pokemon from before Salandit was actually released. For this team, you have Vulpix using Quick Attack instead of Ember. Typically, Vulpixes will do that just so that you don't get resisted by water, and you don't get resisted by fire types. That's why you have Quick Attack Vulpix. Body Slam and Weather Ball do its job. In this team, Chikorita is your safe switch. Chikorita can go ahead and Vine Whip and Body Slam down. Is a very powerful combination, and Chikorita is just a beast. If you've used it in the previous Element Cup, it's still really good this time around. Not a lot of bulk, A for safety, A for coverage though. Chikorita was a fantastic safe switch outside of seeing a Salandit. If you see a Salandit lead, that's what Ducklett is for. Blast your way through Salandit with Bubble Beams, and hopefully Vulpix and Chikorita can go and save the day. Your only weakness being absolutely Salandit. You will get Salandited. Salandit is incredibly fast-paced. However, against Ducklett, it is not that great. Well, actually, it's great, but here's what happens. In the 2 shield, as you see here, if you go straight Bubble Beam, you can actually go ahead and do a farm down strat. As you see, your opponent will have to commit in both of their shields. If they don't shield, they die. So yeah, you lose the lead, but at the same time, you take out your biggest threat, and you get a little bit of one move of fast move farm with Ducklett. So, again, not too much. And if you happen to get a wing attack through, or if they lag for like half a second, you will win this matchup. As you see, 2 turns of difference. So if by some reason you do get a wing attack through in the 2 shield straight Bubble Beam, you can take out Salandit. Really solid team. Again, they're all super meta, so, well, super meta for the Element Cup. So if you use this team before, it will work a lot and work well for you in this cup. Well, it's not in this cup. I mean, like, now. Compared to back then, it still works now. So just use the same thing. If you use this and you like them, use it, and it'll still just as well as it did last time. All right, for team number 3, we got Slowpoke, Vulpix, and Wooper. ABA is the name, and for this one, Wooper will be your safe switch. You can use Vulpix. This Vulpix will be using Ember though. Slowpoke is actually really fucking good. So if you have a Slowpoke built with Confusion, you will absolutely rip through Salandit like no tomorrow. However, if you see one water type, it's kind of dangerous, but Confusion is really good for several reasons. 2 shield Confusion strats do work, and by all that, also Slowpoke does resist Bubble and, of course, water types. With Grass being your worst nightmare, as in Chinchou, or not even Grass, like Chinchou in general as well. Chinchou is water electric, so it's allowed in this cup, and is going to be a little dangerous for you. If you would like, you could 2 shield your way through Chinchou. It's going to be a little rough though, but as you see here, it's not a bad matchup. Chinchou has to explore both of its shields, and at the same time, it's a lot like the Salandit with Bubble Beam thing. As you see, Chinchou will win, however, you have no energy and it can farm you down. So take out your weakness, comment down, Body Slam your way to victory, or you can send in Vulpix to get some more farm. It's up to you. Solid team off the bat. As you see here, Ducklett will be your problem, but with Ducklett, again, you can 2 shield your way through Ducklett. Ducklett has to shield, unless you get debated by Ducklett Bubble Beams, but it's always something that happens. Really solid team, high threat score, but still performs really well. And if your opponent has Salandit, guess what? You absolutely blow through Salandit with Slowpoke and Wooper. So this team's really solid. Plus, who does not like a little bit of Slowpoke action? I love Slowpoke with Confusion. Did a lot of work for me in the last Element Cup, and it will serve you well in this time around. Next up, we have another Slowpoke team. You got Slowpoke, Ducklett, Vulpix. Except this time, instead of using Wooper, you're using Ducklett in its place. You also have Vulpix with Quick Attack this time around. Still a solid team, not too much to analyze. The good thing is this thing has an answer against Salandit, with literally your biggest weakness being Shellos. Shellos. Really? Shellos? Yep. So Slowpoke does really well outside of getting blasted by Chinchou. Again, Chinchou versus Slowpoke. If Chinchou has to shield and use Thunder and Land Thunderbolt, but you can also get debated by Bubble Beam, so be careful as a Slowpoke user. Vulpix's quick attacks will not be resisted, and Ducklett has a hard time getting yeah, Ducklett has a hard time getting past the Chinchou. So Chinchou is still insanely powerful and will do really well for you. So if you use it on this team. But this team is pretty much an anti-Salandit team. Vulpix, Ducklett, and Vulpix do pretty well, do pretty well against Salandit. Just another variation of the previous team, nothing too much to go into it. If you hate Salandit, this one's for you, but in my opinion, this just replaces, but this was a top team, I believe this was top 2. So at a top 3 team, and it would use this combination, so I'm kind of scratching my head a little bit, but hey, if it works for most combinations, it works over here, and for me, this is a pretty solid team. Practiced a little bit with it, did really well, especially if you do happen to see Salandit lead, as rare as it might be, you could still see it out there, and this is where you want to see it, in the lead with Slowpoke. Still pretty solid team, very powerful, and outside seeing Chinchou, but again, the Chinchou versus Slowpoke matchup isn't too bad. Bully your way through, come out with that energy lead, and then go ahead and blast your opponent, and that's GG's. And this is the top team. The top team obviously has Chinchou in it. Chinchou is an incredibly powerful mon in this cup, outside of seeing Wooper, because Wooper loves to see Chinchou. You have Bulbasaur, and then you have Vulpix to close out. Not a very safe team. You're pretty much going to throw Bulbasaur in there, or you're going to use Vulpix as your safe switch. One, your backup safe switch, or you can use to sack Chinchou in the lead. Outside of seeing a Wooper, Chinchou can do really well against a lot of different combinations. Of course, it's literally going to see Wooper on here. Salandit with the Bubble Beam, Salandit versus Chinchou isn't too great for the Salandit user, just because you do take super effective damage against those Bubble Beams. As you see here in the 2 shield, yeah, Salandit does really well. However, wait, what? No, here you go. Just go straight Bubble Beam. There you go. Okay. So if you go straight with Bubble Beam, you have to pop both of your shields. You have to pop both of your shields. Salandit will get to another one, but you can like farm it. You could still send in Vulpix or whatnot. Farm it down or try to create a win condition out of it. So you can bully your way through with Chinchou. So up to you how you want to play it. But again, sack Chinchou in the lead and then you can come out with farm. It is a little risky though because it'll be one Poison Fang away. But if you do see the Salandit in the lead, you don't want it to go against Bulbasaur or Vulpix. You could probably throw Bulbasaur into it because it'll do neutral damage. But at the same time, I would say send in Vulpix and then try to hopefully Bulbasaur can come out with some win cons. But Salandit's going to be your most dangerous mon for this team. But because Salandit is, you'll see it, but it might be rare. This team does really well against the rest of the combinations. Did really well for me last time around. And again, this was the top team from before. Against Salandit, you have to be a little fancy, but other than that, this team still takes the reins as the most powerful team without Salandit. And that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. So, for since the Element Cup's coming out, and there's not really a lot of excitement, and then after this one, I forgot what even cup exists after this. Like, I'm scratching my head. But I think the season's also cup. Oh, wait, no, it's Master Premier Classic after this. So, thankfully, there's no, like, special cup. However, it's Master Premier Classics. That means no XLs and no XLs, no legendaries, no mythicals. So look out for content to come out for that. But I'm also going to start lowering. I know I've been uploading like every day for like the past 4 months, but like I'm probably going to lower it to like 5 days a week or something like that. That gives me more time to really focus on like other things because now it's like it's almost the end of the school year for me. So there's a lot of things like therapy-wise I'm trying to focus on so I can close out my cases and whatnot. So work is going to take over for a little bit, so then I'm also going to like lower streaming from 4 days to like 3. Without this season, it's not like, at least for now, because the season isn't out, so like there's no point. I'm pretty sure all of you are like, man, King isn't streaming his battles. I'll be streaming when the next season comes out. I'm trying to remember it. I think it's like June. I think that's June. But in June, I'll be streaming my battles again. That's because the season finally starts again. So then now you can see me. Now I'm going to have some fun. Not to say that this season is fun, but now I'm like, okay, now I can do it with rank. So yeah. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Do me a huge favor, please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm, Stuffle Squad. You all know what to do. And also I stream on Twitch. Again, that's going to lower to 3 days. So I'll probably do it on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I kind of like having the idea of my Saturday off after Friday, especially after going through therapy, after doing my therapy sessions with my club and my kiddos. So, yes, probably Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is going to be my next schedule. But I really do appreciate y'all. Now, I wish you all the best of luck. Do your, use this for practice and then look forward to the next season. Hopefully, Go Ballet is fixed, but let's be real, it's probably not. Good luck on your Go Ballet sets, and I will see y'all on the next video.